know what time it is. It's time to get sauced up with another Super Saiyan Jutsu reaction to Oshinoko. This anime has been super awesome and loving it week to week. Last week's Aqua was kind of going through his reality TV show arc, essentially, with the whole dating show. That was awesome. We see Ruby building her idol group and seeing what the marketing strategy is with that, pairing up with an influencer, YouTuber, doing collaborations, even talking about doing, oh, we can set up a prank video and blah, blah. And it's so interesting seeing these things, how they're planned. A lot of people think these prank videos are real. And, oh my God, like, no, it's staged. It's definitely staged. People asking people permission before doing so. Like, it's not what people think it is. But I actually really like this side of things. They're really going behind the scenes in a lot of stuff. So I cannot wait to see how this further develops and what does Aqua actually get information-wise. That's gonna be super interesting. And if you guys want to continue this journey with me and Oshinoko, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We almost have 10,000 new people here in the community over the past like 20 days. It's insane to think about. So thank you guys so much for all the support that you guys have been bringing to the channel. And again, all the manga readers that have been filling me in on the inside on Oshinoko, I appreciate you guys so much. And if you guys want to catch this uncut and early, make sure you guys check out the Phantom Troop. That is down below and up top at the card. But if you want like a more basic version of that, there still is Patreon, so that does live over there. But are you guys ready to go?
最近ね、学校の男子とかがからかってくるんだ。オチをみんなに見せるってこんなに怖いことないよ。
Hey, that
始まるまで全然分かってなかった。
that right there, people have no concept of what that feels like. They think they want certain attention, but let me tell you, people that you look at, oh, she's dating such and such now, oh, that's crazy. And it's hearing everybody's opinions about your own personal life choices it's a lot for people to handle, bro. And I just wish for a day somebody that is talking about such and such's, family dynamic or them naming their kids whatever the hell they want to name their own kid or whatever, switch with them for a day and see what it's like to make a decision and have the whole world judge how crazy your decision was. We're not even living your life. It's wild.
ないよ。始まるまで全然分かっ。
みんな私のことバカだと思って。
Yeah.
まあ実際バカなんだけど。
俺もやめるからな。
ノブ君。
そんなこと言わないで続けようぜ。
めちゃうんじゃない？ユキって繊細そうだし。
でもそしたらノブ君はどうなっちゃうの？見て見て、記事になってる。
Yo, the crazy part about it though is the fact that it's staged, which is kind of wild, bruh. But it's so crazy though, because some people can really deal with it and some people can't. So in my head, I'm like, okay, was this really how she feels as well? You know what I'm saying? Or was it staged just for the show?
そうだな。
だって収録朝一でやるんだもん。私眠くて眠くて。
なるほど。嘘じゃなくて誇張。
Just exaggerating.
ジョーか。
上がったら飯行こうぜ。いや、俺はいい。家に飯あるし。
I got food at home.
行こうよ。特上盛り合わせ追加じゃい。思う存分食えよガキども。
さっきから全然食ってないだろ。
いえ、自分精進の身なので、こういう場では絶対トングを手放さないって決めてるんです。
今求められてるものはより過激なものってわけさ。どこまでリスクを取れるかで選択肢が変わってくるっていうか。
可愛い子たちを眺めながら食う肉はさぞ美味しかったんでしょうね。
いや、ただの付き合いだし。
嘘だ、顔からタンド感が溢れ出てるもん。
若い体を脂っこいの無限に食っても胃が全然もたれねえ。最高すぎる。
日曜は
一部の人間はあからさまにやってるけど、大抵のやつは極力自分をよく見せようとする程度。そんなのリアルでもみんなやってることだ。
True.
のやらせが少ないのはいいことじゃない？
見てる側からしたらそうだろうけど、まあ杞憂だろうけど。
Oh, I love this. I just love the overlays of the camera. It's so sick. It's so dope to me, right? So they're shooting at 60, which is kind of wild that they're shooting at 60 frames and only doing 1/50. That's actually kind of weird. That should be 1/120, but we'll let that slide. You're supposed to have that double the frame rate. ISO at 800. The card number, A0035. Okay. This is sick. I like it. I like it. XAVC.
得たいなら私 私よりあっちに絡むのが正解だと思うよ。
Uh-huh.
私はこのままおバカ系癒し枠キープできればそれでいいか
は
な。自分のチャンネルにお客の動線引くのが目的
Hey,
だし、
strategy.
なら話は別だけど。
あ
Ha.
まり期待はするな。
でも当時の羅生門には茨城童子が腕ぐりゴンゴを掴んでおむしゃるかの来光の
Stretching.
だこれは総出演時間10分もいってねえんじゃねえか。チャンスだっていうのにこれっぽっちも目立ってない中で選んでやったんだ。爪痕の一つでも残させろ。
てるんだ。気にしなくていい。ちゃんと俺が防波堤になるから。
このジュースまずいツイッターでネタにして元取らなきゃ激まずい何するの
あんたが何しようとしてんの。よそ様の商品をまずいとか書き込む名を出したら最低5人の関係者には検索されてる。そしてその会社から知るでしょ。
しないよ
俺やってんな。
Nah.
あらあら関連検索に可愛い
Even
の
that
に
is
つけ
cute.
てそんなに可愛いって言われたかった。要は大エゴサ時代。広告代理店じゃなくてもビッグデータにアクセスできて感想や
So interesting too because I don't do shit like that. Like, it's weird. I understand why someone would, right? Especially if what their career is and they want to make sure they're, being searched and liked and all that. But in my head, I'm like, I don't find myself that interesting. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, cool. Let me look up what people are saying about me. And I think a lot of it too is because I really don't care that much about people's opinions about me like that. But I haven't really said anything super controversial either, I think. Maybe I have. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you because I don't look it up. So it's so interesting.
そうのアナリティクスを調べられるようになっ。
何してんの？
番組公式ツイッターとか TikTok にアップする動画撮ってた。
Bruh, not Twitter and TikTok.
結構
どっかだっけ？
そう当時は広告収入も投げ銭もなかったから YouTuber に転
Yo, this is so interesting. Didn't you start off at TikTok? Yeah, but they make no money. It's so funny the fact that now they have some of that stuff in there, but people ask me all the time, why don't you focus on TikTok? Because TikTok doesn't pay. TikTok is it doesn't pay. It doesn't pay at all. At all. Without going into it too deep, you could do the same amount of work on YouTube. Same amount of views. Now, your searchability, like people go to TikTok because it's easy to find new people. People can grow their platforms really big, really quick. It's a vanity metric. Like, oh, look at the followers that I have. Look at the views that I have. But that's the design of TikTok. The challenge is people that are doing this the whole time. You don't get to build communities like that. People are seeing things. Okay, that was cool. Like next. Right? Oh, that's fine. I like his stuff. Let me see what else he has. Okay, I'll follow. I'll see more stuff that he has later on. Cool. Like that's how people they don't stay on things for long unless it's super niche that they really give a fuck about. And then if you go to that same TikToker's YouTube, the follower base is significantly different. The viewership significantly different. It's again, there's no community building on TikTok because you're doing this. It's very different. Very different.
返信したんだけどさ。
放送も終盤だしね気持ちはわかるけど別にそんなんじゃ私はどうにか目立ってでもそうはさせないよ私は私が目立つように戦う悪く思わないでね
Yo, I love that. She's like, hey, yo, just so you know, like, no hard feelings, but I'm not just gonna let you do that. You know, I'm gonna do the same. You know what I'm saying? I love that. That shit is fire. Like, I gotta do the same for me.
でねそれでラブラドール好きって言ってたよね
Well, what's she gonna do?
頑張って戦わなきゃやめてよそうやって簡単にひっついてやり口に品がない
った雑誌の撮影なんだろ
Oh no.
大丈夫だから落ち着いてしようとしてちょっと向いてないことしようとして
あ
なんかわからなくなったんでしょごめんのフォトショで簡単に消せるから仕事には影響ないよ
Bruh.
茜は私のこと嫌いしてないんだから今演技しても仕方ないでしょ黒川
The noise, bruh.
それをネットは許さない。
Yeah. Oh. Oh my god. Yup.
言えることだけでもできる限り説明して謝ればそれが合図だったお前見つけたら謝ればするでも謝るから生きてる
This right here is real, bro. This right here, I tell people all the time when something happens, somebody says something, a celebrity says something, whatever, out of pocket, something out of character, and people are like, oh, and then the person comes out and apologizes, right? And they're like, oh, well, he didn't mean it. It's like, well, you don't know if they meant it or not. You know? Oh, they're just doing it for PR. But you don't know if they mean it or not. Like, you're so sold, you sold yourself on why this person did it, that they're a bad human, whatever, and whatever they do, it don't matter. It don't matter how they apologize. If they didn't apologize, like, where's the apology? And then if they did apologize, like, well, you should apologize this way instead of this way. Like, it's one of those things where it's like you lose, right? Like, that's crazy, bro. And the fact for her is like she saw what happened off camera. She was there, right? She's like, no, we're good. We're Gucci. But everybody else is trying to tell her or how, the show should treat her, how the other girl should treat her. Like, this is
め
crazy.
ぐちゃんが言ってた
人は謝ってる人に群がるんだよ。謝ってるってことは悪いことをしたって認め炎上対策としては下の下なんだよ。
That part.
私は悪い
茜の見た？やばくない？いつかやると思ってた。なんかいつも仕事があるからとか芸能人ぶってさ。
茜、最近元気ないけどどう
Yeah,
かしたの
talk to somebody.
仕事で何かあった？
何か言うときは相談して
Facts.
番組の更新日内容を確認する私あの子昔から知ってるけどさ自分は周りと違うって思ってるっていうか自分のことを天才かなんかだ裏でも男とばっか遊んでて真面目に仕事なんかしてないわけ
Isn't
じゃ
that
ん
crazy?
私が世界の中心
こんなやつは何やっても無駄なんだよ。
This is the thing, bro. People are envious of people that are having success, and they just assume because they're not having success themselves that somehow they, oh, well, it's because of this, and, oh, she carries stuff like this, blah, blah. It's like, well, have you ever considered that maybe that person just busts their ass? You know what I'm saying? Has that ever crossed your mind that maybe they're just a hard and persistent worker? You know what I'm saying? That they train, that they're doing stuff when y'all are partying, they out home working on a craft. Have you ever thought of that, right? I used to get put into stuff like this all the time in high school because I've never had alcohol ever. My dad was super strict, so I didn't do the parties and stuff like that, but I was working on other stuff, right? And then when I became an adult, same thing. I was like, all right, well, I'm going to do this. While everybody's doing X, Y, and Z, I'm going to build this, and I'm going to try this. And so it was just something in my head, but I would always hear things like, oh, such and such feels he's this and he's not that. He doesn't kick it with us because of this, blah, blah. I was like, no, I'm not even stressing about y'all. Like, I'm just doing what I'm doing. Like, it has nothing to do with I feel that I'm superior. I just don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's just one of those things for me. When I see stuff like this, I resonate with this 100%. Any idea of I'm doing stuff and I operate a particular way, and because it's opposite of what everybody else does, they now look at me as, oh, he think he's special, or he think he doing, like, no, like I'm just working. I'm trying to do things that are gonna better my career, my livelihood, X, Y, and Z, right? So I completely understand it.
今炎上してる茜って子、ララライの劇で主演やっててめちゃくちゃ頑張り屋な子なんだけどさ、今回の騒動を見てたらそういうのもただのアピールに思えてきた。今まで押してきたけどちょっと無理になった。
Okay. Because people see other stuff online, and the people that have been following you're like, oh, well, I heard this about you, so I guess I can't be down with you no more. I
茜と
can't
中学
support
で同
you.
じクラスだったけど、そういえば何も食べてないや。
That's a bridge, girl. You're not even paying attention.
何も考えたくない。
Don't do it. Oh. I knew it. Oh. Oh. Who did it? Oh, your boy. Your boy. Aqua, bro.
俺は敵じゃない。
Oh.
頼むから。
Oh, man. Oh, shit. Give me a second. Give me a second. I don't, man. I've had a few people that I've known commit suicide, you know, and in the entertainment business as well, you know. So I know this. You know what I'm saying? I know this. And it just hits so different. And for Aqua to be paying attention. Again, he's an adult in a kid's body. Oh, fuck. Oh, my gosh. I'm not your enemy. Calm down. Like, what an episode. What an episode. It's stuff like this that I really wish was mainstream, digestible. We're in an age of overcorrection with everything. Things that people that were oppressed, people that didn't have opportunities, X, Y, and Z. Society has went in an overcorrection to try to make things right socially. What does that mean? It's not necessarily that the systems themselves have switched entirely. It's not the fact that people that are so quote unquote in power have switched things or thought process in a particular way. It's actually society, where they'll look at something and immediately, without any detail of evidence, any detail of a story, they go off what they first see, a headline that they read, without digging any deeper, without waiting to get any information, and they villainize people. That's just what happens. And people don't think. They don't think. They just jump off emotion. And it's like, guys, these people are people. They have livelihoods that you are now messing with, right? The biggest one of recent time was Johnny Depp, right? regardless of what you feel happened, went to court, evidence was presented, and he was found innocent, right? There was obviously things that he contributed to in that scenario, but the stuff that people thought he was because Amber said X, Y, and Z was not even the case, right? So, but he lost a ton of stuff. So much so, I remember I went to Disneyland after this whole stuff had came out, way before the trial, and they took him out of the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. They because he was the face of Jack in that. After the movies had come out, they replaced it with Johnny Depp. And then when that stuff happened, they removed him from that. Obviously, all the franchises that were a part of him pulled back. Any campaigns, everybody dropped him. Everybody. And after everything had happened and the court thing, all that came to fruition and all that stuff came out, then people were like, oh, Johnny, I can't believe. It's like, if everybody would have just waited and just held their fucking breath for a second, as opposed to jumping to the, on whatever bandwagon because you're a fan of this or a fan of that, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, because the Me Too movement is so heavy, this has definitely got to be true because men always do stuff like this. It's like, what? Like, what are we talking about right now? There's no case-by-case basis? Like, it's just blanket statement, everybody is this now? What are we doing? So in this scenario, seeing an actor or a personality make a emotional split accident decision, right? She immediately acted off of emotion based off of, oh, I need to do something, and she didn't. It was out of her character to do what she did because she wanted to be popular. She wanted to pursue, increase her career. The agency that she was under, she wanted to make sure that they were in good. Her manager was good, right? It's a lot of pressure. She makes a decision out of her character. Obviously, they cut the cameras. Her and the other actor are good. They're Gucci. Don't even stress. I get it. I understand. It's not something you're good at. I get it. We're good, though. Don't even stress. The people that were involved, they're good. But everybody else has to make she should have fired her. She should hit her back, or she should be removed, blah, blah. It's like, if everybody that's in the show are fine, it should be none of y'all concerned. You know what I'm saying? It didn't even affect y'all at all. You know what I'm saying? So crazy. But then people get on their high horse and they get on their I'm better than horse, like they've never made a mistake or done something. The difference is you're not making a mistake that everybody sees. That's the difference. It's not the fact that you don't make mistakes. It's the fact that you don't have millions of people watching you make them and then judging you based off of that and saying, oh, I would have never done that. Well, you weren't in that scenario at that particular time. It's always easy to bet on the game on Monday. You can always bet on the Super Bowl on Monday. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I knew they were gonna win. No, you didn't. Where was the bet before? And then you see all the woodwork come out. Everybody like, oh yeah, I saw her in such and such. Oh yeah, we always thought she was weird, blah, blah. Oh yeah, she was da-da-da-da. And that's the people that were jealous and envious of her, right? Or they didn't have anything to say bad about her at the time, but they just wanted to let people know that they knew her back in the day. Oh yeah, we always knew she was kind of weird. It's like, what? That's the shit that actually happens. And knowing people that are in the space, entertainment, actors, musicians, YouTubers, whatever, and seeing how the world perceives them in anything that they do is so interesting. It's like, man, like, it's so crazy. So this episode is super deep. It's such a deep episode. And again, I wish it was mainstream. I wish stuff like this was mainstream for everybody to digest. This type of story is incredible. I didn't know we were going there. Obviously, we knew what had happened to the mom, but I wasn't expecting this. I was not expecting this at all. What a fantastically written episode. And just showing that social pressure that people have when they start looking themselves up and seeing how people perceive them. I can understand how that would get to certain people. And at the same time, when people are like, oh, that actor went crazy, these people are strong people, right? Like, I remember when everybody was tripping out when Britney Spears was shaving her head and all this stuff back in high school or outside of high school. And in my head, I'm like, you don't get how some of these child stars or actors, actresses, musicians, how much dedication and work they put into what they do, right? How much work and time and effort and money and determination, blood, sweat, and tears they put into this. Then they get to a particular level, right? And then everything they do now is being judged. Everything. They're strong people to get to that point, right? That's why there's a tiny community of super uber successful entertainers, right? That takes a strong person to do. So when you see a strong person break like that, what's the cause? You know what I'm saying? And it's usually the outside environment. It's the social pressure. It's the, oh, she did this, or he looks like this now, or oh, they're not like what they used to be, or oh man, they said this, I hate them for that. Oh, they're a terrible human being because they like such and such. Blah blah. That takes a toll. That takes a toll. But for people that aren't in the limelight, that don't have an audience like that can judge every decision they make, they don't understand what that feels like. So it's easy to be like, oh, well, if I had millions of dollars, I wouldn't care. You say that. You say that until you have every decision you make under a microscope. And nothing you do, everybody praises. Everything you do, somebody's gonna be upset. No matter what. Mr. Beast is a perfect example. Oh, he's a white savior, blah, blah. What? What are we talking about? He has complex. He has... What? It's crazy. It's crazy. So, this episode was fantastic. I thought it was absolutely incredible. Let me know your guys' thoughts. How was this for manga readers? How was the adaptation? I don't want to keep rambling. And for our non-manga readers, how did you feel about this episode? How did it hit you? This is GOAT. This is GOAT level. That was phenomenal. I'll catch you guys next time.